Hi everyone, I'm Gina. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about family travel at this unprecedented times. Specifically, traveling to Cancun. So we did take a family vacation to Cancun in November, and it was a very calculated decision. We did think about all the risks involved. The story behind that was we had planned a family vacation to Cancun for April, and we had already paid for everything. And of course, in March, everything was shut down, so we had to postpone our trip. They wouldn't let us cancel it. By the time November came around, the travel agent reached out to us and asked us if we wanted to go on a trip or we would like to postpone it again. And there were a few reasons why we decided to go in November. Number one, it was before the Thanksgiving holiday, and the positivity rate in the tri-state area was hovering around 1 to 2%. Number two, we had coworkers that recently went to Cancun and told us that they felt extremely safe going there. Number three, we don't live with anybody in a high-risk category. So we decided to take the vacation in November and go to Cancun. So let's start. We parked our car at JFK and took the air train to the airport. It was a Sunday mid-morning and there was almost nobody at the air train, maybe one or two other people, and everyone was wearing their masks properly. The only person that I saw was a janitor at the air train, and he had his mask like this. And I mean, that's just not helping. But there will always be people like this, so you just gotta stay away from them. As well, at the airport, there were not that many people. It was not crowded at all, and everyone was wearing their masks properly, so we felt pretty safe. We do have a 2-year-old that just turned 2 when we traveled, so technically he should be wearing a mask, but everyone with a 2-year-old knows that they're called terrible twos for a reason, and they're not going to put on a mask just because you tell them to do it. There are some tips and tricks to get a 2-year-old to wear a mask. We did practice at home, so at the airport we felt extremely safe. Everyone was wearing their masks. In the event when my 2-year-old took down his mask, nobody came to us to say anything. So it went fairly smooth at JFK. We took JetBlue to Cancun, and again, technically a 2-year-old should be wearing a mask unless they're eating. And throughout the entire duration of the flight, he probably wore the mask for maybe 10% of the time, and nobody said anything to us, not the flight attendants or the other passengers. Everyone was very nice and just minding their own business, I guess. So that was our experience on a JetBlue flight with a 2-year-old. We brought a car seat that is approved for the airplane. So my 2-year-old was strapped in the car seat for the entire duration of the flight. He didn't get out at all because we didn't want him to be walking down the aisles, possibly exposing others or getting exposed. So that was something that we did since we knew that he wouldn't wear a mask for the entire time. At the time we flew, JetBlue didn't book any middle seats. So we had 2 rows of seats to ourselves, and that was really good in terms of safety and space, obviously. When we got to Cancun, we also felt very safe. Everyone was wearing a mask at the airport, including the staff, the passengers, just everybody. Taxi driver was also wearing a mask the whole time. When we arrived at Royalton Rivera Cancun, they have a hand sanitizing machine at the entrance. So that's what we had to do. The first thing is to sanitize our hands, sanitize our shoes. They have a mat on the floor, and they took our temperature before we even went in the door. Every single staff at the Royalton was wearing a mask properly. I don't think I have ever seen them without a mask the entire time that I was there. Made me feel very safe. The only thing I have to say is that the guests weren't really wearing masks. That's the first thing I noticed. There were maybe around 20% of the guests that were wearing masks. The rest was not. But the buildings at Royalton is set up in the way that it's all open space, except for the restaurants and spas and gyms that are enclosed. Everything else was open space, like the pool area, a lot of the dining was outside too. The hallways to the guest rooms were open concept as well. So in that sense, it was very well ventilated. I wasn't too concerned about the pool area and the beach area that people weren't wearing a mask because I can easily get 6 feet away from them. Like we'll leave a few chairs in between us and the other guests so that we're not too close. And to be honest, when you're at the beach, you're at the pool, like we didn't wear a mask either. We were outside and we were far away from other people. At the restaurants, at the Royals, they also space you out, so then when you're eating, people are 6 feet away from you, which is very good and very safe. The only thing that I would say that I was a little bit concerned about was the buffet, because people weren't wearing a mask when they go get their food at the buffet. Although most of the food was saran wrapped or it was behind counters, you have to ask a waiter to get it for you. I still didn't feel so comfortable with the proximity that I was with other guests. So I myself and my entire family would wear a mask when we go to the buffet to get food, but there were many other people that weren't wearing a mask at the buffet. And that was the only thing throughout the entire trip that I felt uncomfortable with. So overall, I think Royalton did a very good job in terms of safety, and they're only doing 50% occupancy at the time we went. We did have a great time at the resort. When we came back, we got tested, and thankfully everyone was fine. We're just glad that we were able to squeeze in a little vacation time before Thanksgiving and before everybody started traveling. So I hope you liked this video and found it helpful. Check out my other videos on Royalton. I'm gonna do a vlog showing you our room, the beach, the pool area, and I'm gonna do a video on the restaurants. So don't forget to check them out. I'm gonna link all of the videos down in the description area. So remember to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Bye!